What's good, everybody? This is Edgar, the host of Snug Wrestling Podcast, and I'm here to tell you guys really quick about our good friends from Good Feels. And if you're looking to unwind without the hangover or the haze, you got to check out Good Feels. These are THC infused seltzers made with all natural ingredients, clean, crisp, and consistent every time. It's the perfect way to relax, kick back, and vibe with the friends without the usual drawbacks of alcohol or traditional THC consumptions. And each can is crafted to give you that uplifting, balanced feel, whether you're chilling at home or out with the crew. And because you listen to us, Snug Wrestling, you get 20% off your order at shop.getgoodfeels.com. That's shop.getgoodfeels.com. And use that code SNUG at checkout for the highest exclusive offer you won't get anywhere else. And full transparency, we earn a small commission when you use that code, so it helps keep the show going and gets you the best deal available. That's Goodfields at shop.goodfields.com and use that promo code SNUG 21 and over only. What's good, Tommy? How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing absolutely great at this point. Just finished up the show yesterday, so I am locked in for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, how was the rest of it? Did you guys do good? Are you proud of your guys' work, your performance overall?
I am absolutely proud of it. My only issue was I had a few line stuff, mainly
Mm-hmm.
because of an awkward thing I'm not fully going to get involved with. I'll just message it to you later. But at this point, the show went absolutely great. I loved it completely. So just ready to move on to the next one when that ends up coming up next year.
So you messed up on the promo. You messed up your promos, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Basically, yeah, in that last scene, there's this massive thing where I come out and announce that Santa is looking for that one person that lost the slipper, and I screwed one of those three lines up.
Damn, I wish I could have seen that, man. Um, and I guess for the people that have no idea what the fuck we're even talking about, Tommy was part of a play earlier this whole week, last week, right? He did multiple performances and he was like really busy all week, and now he's back, and that's what we're talking about. For the people that don't know, Tommy's a huge theater fan, and he does the acting and all that fun stuff, right?
Oh yeah, I've been doing theater for 13 years at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, right on. Well, yeah, welcome back. Glad that you got that out of the way, and it's just me and you again today, man. It's been a weird start of the week. Like, we were supposed to have Toxic on tonight finally, but his internet went out, which I don't know. They're probably having some crazy weather or something over there in Texas where he's from. Like, not that long ago, Toxic was pretty close to that big flood that happened in Texas recently, right? Where like a whole bunch of people went missing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we were real worried about him at that point because we're just like, people are going missing, power outages are all over the place. What in the world is up with him? How's he doing? But he is just fine. He was going to join us today, but unfortunately, not only did he have internet problems, but his power went out completely. But he did say that he will be with us for Wednesday for when we do predictions for Survivor Series.
Yeah, hopefully, man. And I was hoping we were going to have Mr. Blood back by predictions this Wednesday, but unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's going to happen anymore because I spoke to him yesterday and he's still feeling like shit, man. He can't get over this thing that he got the with the vertigo and stuff, and it looks like he's going to be out probably for the rest of this week. I don't know. We'll see what he says, how he's feeling. But for now, for tonight to review this Monday Night Raw, you're gonna get me and Tommy, and this is the another go home show for their next PLE Survivor Series. And again, I hate to say it, didn't really feel like a go home show, did it?
It really didn't whatsoever. Honestly, it was a little bit worse for me than their usual go home shows.
Yeah, me too, man. It like it felt like there was a lot of things that just went wrong tonight. Like the energy, it was just off. It was weird. It was different. Like there was shit just going wrong throughout this whole entire show. It felt like, which we'll get into, man. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on just today in general, not just in the show, but I don't know, man. There's something in the air today, right? Because this Monday Night Raw just seemed off, didn't it?
It really did, but we will get into one of the funniest botches when we start talking about the main event. Because holy shit with that one. But
Yeah.
when it comes to it, honestly, like I said, unfortunately, this Raw, it being a go home show, felt worse than their usual ones. But here we are. There were mistakes all over the place. And you are right. It did feel really, really weird, but hey.
hmm So because it's we're on the road to War Games, we kick things off with Roman Reigns. It was announced earlier in the day that he was going to kick off the show, and he did. The people were really happy about that, but man, Roman Reigns, he just like milks the shit out of his entrance. He does the super slow walk to the ring, and then when he finally gets to the ring, he lets the fans sing to him and chant his name, and he's just standing there just letting the fans get it out their system. And then he finally speaks. He finally says three words: OKC, acknowledge me. And then as soon as he says that, Cody Rhodes, his music hits, and it's another guy who takes forever for his entrance. And not to mention, Roman got double pyro in his entrance, so that took forever. Then Cody Rhodes comes out, he gets double pyro, and I'm like, Jesus, like it was like the first 10 minutes of this thing was just Roman and Cody's entrance. And finally, after Cody gets in the ring, we finally get to hear them talk. And it's basically, they go over their history. We can agree on one thing is that we all hate the Vision. We all hate Paul Heyman. So we can all get on the same page when it comes to that. Cody says, fair enough. Welcome to my team. And that's where the issues start within this team of all stars, right? Because that was one of the things I was wondering about. You have the undisputed champion Cody, the world heavyweight champion CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, another huge star. Who's the captain of this fucking team, right? But then here comes out CM Punk, and he's like, I mean, this is Monday Night Raw. I'm the champion here. Cody, you're on SmackDown. You can be the captain of all the teams you want on SmackDown, but tonight we're on Netflix. We're on Raw. This is my show. And then Roman Reigns, he pretty much tells CM Punk, you know what? You guys figure it out. By the way, that championship is gonna it looks better on me. And okay, who is he talking to? Is he talking to Cody? Is he talking to Punk? Nah, I'll let you guys figure that out. Whoever you guys think I'm talking about, I'll let you guys figure it out. But yeah, man, it's just an egos thing at this point. You got three of the biggest stars in the company. Who's the captain here? I think I thought that was a good way to kick off this show.
Oh, and it absolutely was. But before I get into the thoughts of that segment alone, shout out to my dearest mother because the moment we started recording and all of that, she hands me the advent calendar she bought me,
Oh,
which
what
is
is it?
fucking awesome. It is
Oh,
a
nice.
WWE Funko Pop advent calendar of like the small little ornaments.
Oh,
So
that's dope.
that's absolutely great. It was perfect fucking timing. But I will say that when it comes to the segment itself, it was absolutely great. I am finding interesting that they are going back and forth on who in the world Roman was talking about. I have a feeling he was mainly talking about Cody because right before his WrestleMania 40 match, he flat out said that if Cody wins it, he will be coming back for that undisputed title. So I personally think that he was talking about Cody Rhodes, but at the same time, he has also been having slight issues with Punk here and there. So overall, could be either way. I do love the callback that Punk did to last year's War Games when he basically just told Roman, dude, I thought you and I's problems were done. I thought we were good since I saved your life last year at
Hmm.
War Games from Bronson Reed's tsunami off the top of the cage that ended up breaking his damn foot. But I have also noticed that this is basically the same War Games team as last year. There is only one difference. Take Sammy out, put Cody in. That is literally the only difference to this team. Is Cody's in and Sammy's out. But honestly, I'm completely hyped for this match.
That's true. I never even realized that. It is the same, basically the same team as last year. That's crazy to think about because it just goes to show how long all these guys have been involved with one another. And it's still like the beginning of it. Like, I mean, I hope that Roman Reigns was talking to CM Punk when he said that because we've already seen Cody versus Roman a couple times at WrestleMania. We haven't seen Roman versus Punk yet, and we haven't seen Roman go after that World Heavyweight Championship. I think that would be really interesting to see, especially, the history that Punk and Roman have. It's just the possibilities are endless, man. He could be talking about Cody, he could be talking about Punk. Like, they're just all these things are just so intertwined with one another that, like, whichever way they decide to go, it would be money. It would be interesting. I mean, I love Cody still. I wouldn't mind seeing Cody versus Roman again, Roman going after Cody again, but I prefer Punk at this point in time now.
And if he was talking about Punk, that would also bring back the origins of the Shield because the Shield started as bodyguards for CM Punk.
Oh, really? I don't remember that. You could be right. I have a shit memory. I'm going to have to double check that one. All right, Tommy. The first match of the night was the John Cena tournament. Carmelo Hayes versus Gunther. And I had high hopes for Carmelo Hayes after his big win versus Bronson Reed on Friday Night SmackDown, right? But it's Gunther. This is a whole different animal. And again, with the reports that Gunther's supposed to win this thing, I mean, I'm starting to believe it more and more every day. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping, I don't know, Carmelo Hayes will fucking pull the unthinkable here, get the win. Um, but no, the match was pretty good. It started off kind of slow, and then they picked it up in the second half of the match where Carmelo Hayes almost got the win. Man, they made you think that He was so close to get it. I mean, this whole time, Carmelo Hayes was just fighting back, fighting back. Gunther kept shutting him down. And then it looked like he was going to get, Carmelo was going to get another count out. But Gunther was able to get in the ring at the very last second, puts Carmelo in a choke, and then picks him up for a couple power bombs and then pins him 1, 2, 3. But I got to say, Carmelo looked really fucking good in this match.
Carmelo honestly did a whole lot better than I thought he would. If I'm being completely honest, when Gunther's music hit, when that Imperium music hit, the first thing that popped into my head was, well, it's time to see the murder of Carmelo Hayes. That's honestly what I thought. But he did do a whole lot better than I thought he would. He almost got another count out. He almost got another count out victory. But Gunther slid right back in. So I had a feeling like Gunther was going to win, and he did, which is making me worried even more about this tournament. Because we've said it, and I've said it, this man does not need to retire both Goldberg and John Cena in 1 year. And unfortunately, it seems like that might be exactly what we're going to get. But I have seen theories of the finals already. And that being, people are saying it's going to be Gunther versus Jey Uso. And if Jey loses there, that would be another tournament where he is almost there, right in the finals, and then gets shot right back down. Which honestly, I think would hurt him a slight bit. But then again, it's Gunther. I had a feeling like all of this was going to happen when it comes to Carmelo. This man got chopped like there's no tomorrow. But I will say that power bomb into a DDT, holy crap. Like, even my brother, who was right next to me, was like, holy crap. What in the world? Because it was just that smooth. It was that damn smooth that I'm like, holy crap, Carmelo actually might have this. So there was a couple times where I full-blown said that.
Yeah, man. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Carmelo Hayes, man. Like, we're at the point of the tournament where it's like, I'm starting to not really care who it's going to be anymore, because if it's Gunther, it's going to be like, well, we kind of knew that all along. But I had hopes that it was going to be someone unexpected, someone new, someone younger. Hell, even Bronson Reed, he's out. Okay, maybe Carmelo Hayes, that would be cool. He's out. And it's like, who do we have left now? We have Gunther, who's the obvious choice. You know, we have Jey Uso. We have, man, some of these names are just, they're not really making me care or making me want to see this a whole lot anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, Gunther advances. Not surprising, but I was kind of hoping for something else. We'll talk about the John Cena tournament later on again, because we had John Cena show up on this episode of Monday Night Raw. Quote unquote John Cena. Dominic Mysterio hits the ring and he starts cutting a promo on Cena. I can't wait to beat you and get my title back in my hometown in San Diego, John Cena, you good for nothing son of a gun. And you guys can cheer for John Cena all you want, but he's not even here. And then boom, John Cena's music hits. And as soon, oh my God, the people went crazy. But as soon as I saw that John Cena's music was playing and it was playing and no one was coming out, I was like, oh, they're gonna do the Dominic Mysterio's gonna be like, ah, I fooled you guys. John Cena isn't really here. But instead, they did one even worse, man, or better, I should say. They one upped me because they did the classic little person gimmick. I don't even know like what the proper word for it is anymore that I'm I'm allowed to say, but yeah, they've done this thing. It's like a classic wrestling thing at this point. I think the last time they did something like this was like, was it the mini AJ Styles with who was it that did that? I can't remember. Tom, do you remember?
Let me see, because I cannot remember for the life of me. I
I think
mean,
it was Hornswoggle.
there is somebody still in AAA doing it, which is still technically under the WWE umbrella.
Doing what?
The whole micro thing.
Oh, okay. No, I mean like this thing that they did specifically
Yeah, I think the
where
last time might have been Hornswoggle then.
yeah, Hornswoggle when he did the AJ Styles thing, but this thing that they do, specifically the heel brings out like a little person. I think someone did it for the Undertaker at one point, and I think Triple H also did it for someone else. So it's like a thing that the heels are known to do. It's like a classic wrestling thing to make fun of the babyface or whatever. So they did it again. Haven't seen it in a long time, but it was. I still got a kick out of it. Some people might not like it. Some people might take offense to it, but not me. I thought this was great, and usually the heel ends up beating up the smaller person, right? Because it's like such a heel thing to do, which Dom did. Dom hit him with the five knuckle shuffle, a um a frog splash. So
The
yeah, you know Dom.
619.
Yeah, 6-1. And by the way, the little person I didn't John Cena, quote unquote, he he did a pretty good job of taking these moves. I got to be honest. He sold that 619. He was there for it. It looked good. I say sign him, WWE. Sign little John
Well, it's
Cena.
because I can tell you exactly who that was. And he is, in fact, a wrestler. There is a company out there by the name of Micro Wrestling that he is a part of. He
Mm.
is a wrestler by the name of Psycho the Micro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
And
mean, I
I have seen videos of this guy all over the place. So I'm so happy that they brought back the whole micro thing. And when it comes to Psycho getting his time here, finally, he is willing to be seen in front of the wrestling masses more than he already was before.
yeah, I can tell. I had a feeling that he was like some type of like wrestler or something because he was there for it, you know. He was feeding Dom like he knew what he was doing, you know. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, I thought that was really fun, and you know, people are probably gonna be mad at me for enjoying that a little bit too much, but it was fun, man. This is fun stuff right here, right? All right, Tommy. Right after this, Rey Mysterio versus
It comes
JD
from as
Madonna.
well. I love the fact you could full blown hear.
I didn't get none of that, Tommy. You good?
Yeah, I'm good now. It
All
finally
right.
caught up.
All right, moving on. Up next, we had Rey Mysterio versus JD Madonna. This is Rey Mysterio's second match back since his injury. He wrestled last week in a six-man tag with Cena and Sheamus. And then this is technically Rey's first single match back since he was injured. And they put him in the ring versus JD Madonna, which JD's a good worker. They had a regular TV match. It wasn't anything crazy or out of this world. It was just like, let's just put these two out there. It seemed like let's give Ray some reps back to kind of get him back in the groove. Ray beat JD Madonna, and this all involves a Judgment Day. So Rey Mysterio has history with obviously Dom and the Judgment Day, so everything is tied together here. But it was a nice little TV match for Ray to get over. It wasn't anything too crazy though. But what'd you think about this match, Tommy?
The match itself, absolutely loved. I only had one issue. Ref, you literally saw Finn Balor grabbing JD McDonough by the goddamn hand. What the hell? You saw him holding his damn hand, holding him there. Why in the world didn't you either disqualify completely because of Balor or kick Balor out completely? What in the world are you thinking? You physically saw this man get involved in this match. What the hell? But overall, this match in itself, it was great. It was a great little warm-up type of thing for Ray to try to get him back in the groove. And when it comes to JD, JD is JD. He is a selling god in itself. So JD's matches are always great.
Yeah, that is one of the things too that kind of it kind of bugs the crap out of me too when they do stuff like this. But I feel like they do it so often that and I'm talking about that spot that you're referring to where the referee Finn Balor, clearly in the referee's vision, was helping JD Madonna, and the referee was acting like he didn't see it. And it's to the point where they do it so much where I just overlook that stuff now because it's just like there's no point in me complaining. Like if I complain about everything in this fucking show, like we would be here for hours. Like even in the match with Carmelo and Gunther during the commercial break, the announcers, they're not speaking as much, obviously, because it's a commercial break. But like you can hear everything they're saying to each other. Like they're calling spots, they're calling the times. Okay, 2 minutes. And then they're like, okay, are you ready? And it's just like, oh my God. Like I'm to the point where I would rather see the commercials because it throws me out of the entire match. Because at that point, I'm just like thinking in my head, like, okay, they're calling this spot. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather I that shit just irks my soul, man. It irks my soul. So there was a lot of that going on tonight on this episode of Monday Night Raw, but for the most part, this match with Ray and JD, the two good workers. You had a little bit of shenanigans there with Finn Balor trying to get involved, but hey, Rey Mysterio still gets the win. He goes over tonight. So it's cool to see Ray come back and get a win here. Are you ready to move on, Tommy, for the Women's War Games?
Yes, I am prepared to move on.
Okay. So this is so many goddamn entrances that just take forever, man. And again, man, we have 10 women, 5 on each team, the heels and the baby faces. So Becky Lynch's entrance hits, then Nia Jax, and then when Nia Jax music hit, I like get up to go make my dinner, and then I'm eating, and then I come back, and the Kabuki Warriors are still making their entrance, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and eat. I'm gonna go finish my food, and then when I come back, it's gonna be done. Nope. And then it's fucking No, wait. Becky Lynch actually cuts a promo where she makes it about herself, right? Talking about the Intercontinental Championship, talking about Jessica Carr, how she got screwed over by Jessica Carr, and how she lost her championship to Maxine Dupree, and how she has the best lawyers and she's not allowed to talk about it. Meanwhile, her War Games partners are in the ring with Becky Lynch, and they're like, what the fuck does this have to do with War Games? Like, everyone's just looking at each other like, okay, is this about War Games or is this about you and your Intercontinental Championship? Like, what the fuck? So then AJ Lee's music hits, right? No, I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley's music hit first. And then AJ Lee's music hits. Okay, point is, it took forever for all 10 of these women to be in the ring at the same time, right? AJ Lee cuts a promo on Becky. Becky's really spooked. She's standing behind Nia Jax. And then they get it in one big, huge brawl. But this just seemed like it took forever and a day to fucking just get to the point just so they can duke it out.
Yeah, you are definitely not alone in thinking that. Holy crap, those entrances took a long ass time. But I will now get into what AJ Lee said, because overall, everything that she said is absolutely true here. The old AJ Lee would not have said anything. She would have come into the ring and kicked some ass right then and there, because that's just how the old AJ Lee was. But now the problem is Becky has lit a fire, and this is an exact quote, under AJ. So, and that fire started as soon as she slapped CM Punk. She learned the hard way not to do that. But this match here, I'm honestly hyped for it. And I loved how this brawl started, because it didn't start with anything from Rhea. It was AJ Lee talking the entire time, handing the mic over to Rhea, and then Nia got a microphone to the top of the head. Which I found absolutely great how that started, because it's like, hey, look, Rhea. She takes the mic. Boom. So that entire thing, I honestly was super hyped on how that brawl started. But this match, I'm hyped for it. The teams themselves are absolute powerhouses completely. They've got size on one side, but they've got power, skill, and knowledge of how War Games works on the other.
All right, the John Cena tournament continued here with Penta versus Sol Sokoa, and actually, it didn't really continue. Unfortunately, Penta looks like he may have legitimately injured himself during this match because the match was called off. Penta was unable to continue after hitting a Hurricane Rana on Sol Sokoa on the floor. It looked like Penta landed wrong on his shoulder, and yeah, the referee called off the match. The doctor called off the match. They were assisting Penta right away. And this looks like a legit injury, man. And this couldn't have been at a worse time, I don't think. Penta did not win. Obviously, they gave Solo the win. Solo advances in the tournament. But it just makes me wonder, like, was Penta supposed to go over here? Or was it supposed to be Solo? But now they have no choice but to give it to Solo. This whole thing just fucking sucks, man. And it's really unfortunate.
I honestly think that he was supposed to go over here, especially with what happened on the AAA show. I have caught glimpses of that. I've caught clips, haven't watched the full thing. But what I did see was the reunite of Penta, of the Lucha Bros entirely. So
Yeah.
there was no possible way that they were going to do that on AAA under their own umbrella and not push this man even further. So
Mm.
unfortunately, he landed on his shoulder wrong. I honestly would have loved to see this man go past. But then again, the problem is the opponent for next week. Whoever won this match would be going up against Gunther next week.
Mm.
So, honestly, as much as I would have loved to see Penta versus Gunther again, or at all, the problem with it was how he landed. So, we are getting two absolute powerhouses next week in Solo Sikoa versus Gunther. So, with that being next week, honestly, I'm hyped for it just because of who they are. But here's the question: how long is this man going to be out? Especially with how he landed. What damage did he take? How bad is it? I'm hoping it's not enough to take him out for like several months and all of that. Hopefully, he'll be back soon. But Penta, get better soon, man, because we need you back in the ring.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I said like it couldn't have happened at a worse fucking time because they literally just announced the Lucha Bros reuniting over the weekend a couple days ago. And for a lot of wrestling fans, lucha fans, fans of theirs, this was something that we were wondering, when is this going to happen? When are we going to see the Lucha Bros together in the WWE? We were going to see them in AAA, which it's still amazing because it's under the WWE umbrella, but 2 days later, and then he fucking gets injured, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this was one of the many reasons why I said, like, this episode of Raw just felt like there was so many things going wrong. Everything from like, some of the spots, like there's a few botches and the endless entrances. It just felt like they were just wasting time throughout the show. And then this happens, and I'm like, what is going on over in fucking, where were they? They were in Oklahoma, right?
Oklahoma City is where they
Like,
were at.
like, what are they putting in their fucking air? Like, what is happening? Do so many things just went wrong. And oh man, yes, I hope it's not a serious injury, man. But Penta did not look happy. Obviously, he's a pro. He likes to perform. He wasn't able to finish the match. So, knowing Penta, the type of guy that he is, like it must have been something really serious for him not to be able to finish that match. And that's the part that really worries me.
And hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully he didn't like break an entire bone or something, because if he did, he's going to be out for a few months. And I'm telling you now, that men's roster, when it comes to the lucha libre stuff and the skills and the high flying stuff and all of that, it will definitely hurt not seeing Penta in the ring under that thought process.
Yeah, and the match that was supposed to take place with the Lucha Bros versus Dom and El Grande Americano, I believe it's like the middle of December. So it's like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks from today. I don't think that I don't think that match is gonna happen, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is nothing too serious because man, I was really looking forward to that fucking match, dude. It's fucking crazy, man. All right, Tommy, time for the main event. It's the main event was a tag team match, and it was to determine who gets the advantage for War Games. And we had the Usos versus Drew and Logan Paul. And yeah, one would say like this is high stakes, right? This is important. It has to do with war games, but again, man, this match it just felt like at the very beginning it was just falling apart. Like it just did not start off good at all. It seemed like there was a lot of miscommunications. There was a few moments where they seemed kind of lost, and by they I mean Jay and Logan Paul specifically. Like they were just really awkward in the ring with each other, and there was no chemistry. There was like, man, it was just again just off. The match just seemed off, and I think it wasn't until like Drew McIntyre got involved that things started to smoothen up a bit more. I want to say Logan Paul was just out of place in this match. Like it, there was a moment where I think Jimmy Uso threw Logan Paul against the ropes and he was supposed to bounce back, but instead he flew over the top rope, and then the Usos were just standing in the middle of the ring like they were waiting for him, and he just flew over the top rope, and it's like, okay, I don't think that was supposed to happen. But it was just weird, man. It was really weird. Everyone got involved. Braun Breaker showed up, Bronson Reed showed up, Cody showed up, Punk showed up. But that, that's when things started getting interesting, because at first the tag team match, I mean, you would think you got four great workers in there, but they were just not gelling, it seemed like tonight, man. It was a really weird tag team match, I thought. But what did you see?
I saw a what should have been disqualification.
Oh,
Ref, you are literally seeing Cody Rhodes punching Drew McIntyre.
that's right.
What the hell? You were literally seeing this man punching Drew McIntyre. Why are you doing nothing about it whatsoever? This is not a no DQ match. So disqualification should have been right there. But you did nothing but watch it. So the match itself, you are right. It was all over the place, all of that. What happened after is funny, though. Because Roman comes out right after the match ends. Everything's fine with that. All of a sudden, here comes Brock Lesnar. His pyro hits, and this man falls on his ass. It even worse. So here's the worst part. I saw a post right in the middle of recording all of this that full-blown showed that once again, Brock Lesnar ripped his goddamn pants. Again. So 2025 is not good for Brock Lesnar, apparently, in his jeans. So Brock, maybe you shouldn't be wearing jeans when you enter the ring, even in stuff like this. So this match itself, honestly, it was rough for multiple reasons. I honestly don't think that Logan Paul should have been the one with Drew. I think I'm with Logan when he originally said Brock, Lesnar, Braun Breaker, or Bronson Reed. Especially Bronson, knowing the count out that happened on Friday. He absolutely could have had a redemption here with the Vision. So, with that being said, that's my random thoughts on this. Logan should not have been here. It absolutely should have been Bronson Reed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now that we saw how this match turned out, yeah, it would have been better to have someone else in this match, but it makes sense to team up Drew and Logan Paul and keeping Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker together. They're not going to team up with no one else. And you can't throw Brock Lesnar in a random Monday Night Raw in the main event in a tag team match. it makes sense for it to be Drew and Logan Paul, but yeah, man, again, everything from this match to like Brock Lesnar falling in the middle of his entrance, like I felt like I was watching like a fucking comedy skit at different points in the show, man, cuz everything was just going wrong, man, tonight. It's crazy like all the things that just went wrong tonight, man. And in like a funny, like I can't look away type car crash way, you know?
And I just remembered these two have tagged before. What the world? Why is it that their match against Jelly Roll and Randy Orton was better than the qualifying match, than the advantage match for War Games?
Who tagged before? Oh, that's right. Logan and Drew.
Yeah, Drew
Okay.
McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. And I forgot. You're right about that too when when everyone got involved, everyone started fighting each other. And then you see Cody Rhodes beating up Drew McIntyre, and I'm just like, Rep, like, hello, that's call it, bro. That's a DQ right there. Nope. It goes on, and then Logan Paul hits Jimmy Uso with the surprise roll up. Logan Paul gets the pin for his team, so they get the advantage for War Games. Jimmy Uso took the pin, which I'm sure Jey Uso's not going to be happy about that, but like, man, what a fucking oh my god, what an insane fucking Monday Night Raw tonight, dude. For all the wrong reasons, I think.
Yeah.
Anything else, Tommy, that we should add or mention about this episode of Raw before we get out of here?
My only thing is to go back to the backstage segment between the babyfaces team with the men's. I honestly loved what Jay and Jimmy did there. It's like, hey, here's a match that's going to happen. You're putting us in. We're on the same page. You know who isn't on the same page? You three. You three are not on the same page, and we're on a damn team next week. Not next week, this Saturday. So get on the same page, fix all this, and let's win at War Games.
Yeah, and on the other hand, it looked like after Brock Lesnar slipped on his ass, it looked like him and his team are on the same page. So that's a little bit concerning if you're Cody, Punk, and Roman, right? And the Usos.
Especially with Brock being here, under Paul Heyman's own words, he came in the building to look for Roman because he's still pissed at Roman Reigns from last week.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the final Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series. We got one more Friday Night SmackDown left, and we also have predictions coming up on Wednesday, which I'm not sure how that's going to look like. It might just be me and you again, Tommy. And yeah, it's going to be another busy week for us here in Snug Wrestling, so stay tuned. Keep on follow us on the socials, leave star ratings and reviews, check out our clips, and check out our merch. We got more designs here for Snug Wrestling tees and hats and socks, bags, and stickers, coffee mugs. We got all kinds of shit. So check it out now. And let's get up out of here, Tommy.
All right, Mr. Blood. Feel better soon, man. Hope you're back here soon. But that was one time for the two boys that ain't here. 4 letters. 1 word. Yeet.